time to finish up Death and Rebirth, chapter 4. Okay, I just realized that these have additional titles. But it looks like we're on Snow Fades at Dawn. So let's look at the Rebirth cocoon. Oh god. Benedict extends his hand as a friendly gesture. Zane barely turns the handshake before quickly withdrawing.
잠깐, 둘이 아는 사이야?
You know
왜
each
말
other?
안 했어?
Why didn't you tell me?
이 교수님과는 지난번에 장항산에서 만났었죠. 근데 한 번 본 게 다예요.
Oh. Dr. Lee and I met once at Mount Eternal, but it was just once.
저도 기억합니다.
I remember.
여기서 뵙게 될 줄은 몰랐네요.
I didn't realize we would meet here again. When Benedict is introduced, she learns that he was once a distinguished doctor. He served as a mentor for a group of new recruits during the Battle of Mount Eternal. However, he withdrew from the position at the halfway point for personal reasons. I don't remember his name, but it has been a while since I read Zane's anecdotes.
외부의 공식 발표는 안 했지만 벌써 많은 환자가 이곳을 선택했어요.
We are not officially open to the public yet, but many patients have decided to choose the sanatorium.
아태의 샘 이념이 대중의 인정을 받아 요양원 책임자로서 아주 기쁠 따름이죠.
As the director, I'm truly glad that everyone has embraced the philosophy of the Fountain of Atay. Through the glass walls lining both sides of the corridor, the sanatorium's new patients can be seen. They're undergoing a physical examination. Each patient is accompanied by their assigned medical staff member. The checkups proceed quickly with virtually no waiting time. When you hear Rebirth Cocoon, what comes to mind?
고치를 깨고 나비가 되는 것.
He says metamorphosis, and then specifically he says like becoming a butterfly. Outside the ascending elevator, the stark whiteness gradually gives way to green. A vibrant garden appears before us. And suddenly everything clicks. When someone returns from death's door, and this is the first thing they see, a crescent-shaped corridor encircles a towering tree. Surrounded by emerald-like grass dotted with vibrant flowers, the area overlooks a circular azure lake. They feel like they've been given a second chance at life.
단도직입적으로 말하면 이 교수님 도움이 필요해요. 실험 성공률을 높여줬으면 합니다.
To put it simply, we need Dr. Zane's help so that we can improve our experiment success rate. He speaks as if he's discussing statistics rather than matters of life and death. If there's still room for improvement, shouldn't you inform your patients about this so-called success rate?
환자들도 당연히 알고 있죠.
Of course they all know.
병원에서 시한부 선고를 받은 환자들이 자발적으로 참여한 실험이고 양측이 원한 거래니까요.
The patients who have been given terminal diagnosis voluntarily agreed to participate in the experiment. It's a deal with mutual consent.
그리고 스스로 운명의 주사위를 던질 기회가 있다면 누가 가만히 죽음을 기다리려 하겠어요.
And when you're given the chance to roll your dice on fate, who would stand by and wait for death?
3층입니다.
Third floor? As the elevator doors open, an unexpected gust makes her squint. Before her is an unfamiliar white corridor. It's empty and very clean. Hi, Ahmed! The corridor is lined with separate rooms on both sides, and through their semi-transparent glass, she can see egg-shaped experimental pods. Oh, we get to see the pods. They do look a little bit like cocoons, don't they? I don't know if you guys can see it that clearly, but here are the Rebirth cocoons. Their mysterious nature has been revealed. Mounted on bases lined with energy circuits, they emit a gentle glow. Contrary to what they expected, Carter and Benedict seem quite willing to show them everything. Yet what they see feels like a meticulously crafted exhibition for the visitors. The light bathes everything in soft, warm tones to create a sort of cocoon effect. Even the air filtration system can be adjusted to simulate different scents based on mood. Every detail was made to spark a desire for life and create an illusion of truly being alive. Oh, I don't like that sound. Makes me think of the dentist. A soft hum fills the air as fluorescent blue energy flows through the tubes and rapidly enters the chamber. The connected monitor displays the Rebirth cocoon's interior in real time. Inside, a young girl receiving treatment clutches her chest. She takes deep, labored breaths. Pain covers her already pale face as she breaks into a cold sweat. Her hands tremble and she soon starts convulsing. Seconds after the device activates, her breathing steadies at a remarkable rate. Her convulsions stop. Sorry, for a moment I was like, oh my gosh, hyperventilation. Consent is important. Yeah, for medical procedures it is. As time passes, her breathing finally becomes regular. Exhausted, she closes her eyes and seemingly drifts into a deep, dreamless slumber. The video feed sparkles with light as text appears to indicate the treatment is complete. Benedict presses a button on the wall, and the treatment room's smart glass returns to its opaque, milky white state.
이 교수님은 이런 것들에 제일 관심이 가시겠죠.
Dr. Lee, this must be what you're most interested in.
치료는 7단계로 나뉘어 있었고 각 단계가 끝날 때마다 환자의 모든 신체 수치가 눈에 띄게 개선되었습니다.
There are 7 sessions for each treatment. Patients show significant improvements in health indicators after each one. He hands over a document that contains experimental data from several test subjects. Zane's gaze lingers on the first page for half a second before turning to Carter, who's standing to the side with a self-satisfied look.
솔직히 말할게요.
I'll tell you honestly.
여러분이 하는 실험은 사실 기대 목표도 달성하지 못했을 뿐만 아니라 세포 변이 과정에서 통제 불능 상태에 빠졌어요.
Oh my god, I love Zane.
너무 솔직하네.
Oh my gosh, I love Zane. He sounds like he's like a professor grading them. Not only does your experiment fail to meet its objectives, but you've lost control of the cellular mutation process. Oh, that's... And then Carter says, that really was honest. He did tell them.
신생이 고치는 지금까지 가장 성공적인 실험이야.
Zane, the Rebirth cocoon is our most successful experimental product.
우리의 궁극적인 목표는 유전자와 세포 복구 및 재구성을 통해 인류 역사상 가장 완벽한 생명 형태를 창조하는 거야.
Our ultimate goal is to achieve humanity's perfect form through genetic and cellular reconstruction. With a hint of emotion, Zane glances at him, then he taps the data success rate column with his knuckle. Oh,
근데 이 숫자는 완벽해 보이지 않네요.
but these numbers don't look very perfect. Oh my god! Dude, if I was a student of his, I think I would like be so ashamed. I would want to crawl into a hole in the ground and die. Someone's using his expertise well.
엑스하트 창조자로서 말하는데 여러분이 말하는 성공이란 건 본래 기술에 의존해 잠시 병변 시간을 지연시키는 것에 불과해요.
오.
실패하면 환자들은 변이자, 그러니까 유랑차로 변할 가능성이 아주 높다는 뜻이죠.
어떤 치료법이든 리스크가 따르는 법이지. 네가 말하는 안전한 수단에만 의존한다면
I don't know why it skipped through so many, but whatever. As the creator of X-Hearts, I can tell that your so-called success merely uses the existing technology to temporarily delay the disease's progression. And when it fails, there's a likely chance that the patients will transform. Then they'll begin to turn into wanderers. Every treatment carries risks. If we only relied on your safe methods, then... Zane closes the files and hands them back to Benedict. His expression remains calm throughout the exchange. Zane Bialy, seriously! Dude, he's giving off definitely Han-Ju-won vibes. Han-Ju-won criticizing Isodan's reports, for sure.
물론 여러분이 불가능에 도전하고 있다는 건 압니다.
Of course, I know that you're challenging the impossible. They're gonna change it to friend now.
그게 제가 합류하려는 이유죠. 불가능에 도전하는 걸 좋아하거든요.
Oh my gosh. Or crawl into their arms and beg for forgiveness, right? Right? Of course, that's why I decided to join. I enjoy challenging the impossible. As they continue their thoughtful verbal sparring, her gaze is drawn to the curved floor-to-ceiling window beside them. Outside, patients in white hospital gowns walk across the verdant lawn. They create an unexpectedly peaceful... At that moment, her heart detects a strange energy. It pulls her forward. This feeling, it's just like before when I was in the ruins of the Gaia Research Center. Oh no, what's happening? She gently nudges Zane. He understands and takes a step to converse with Benedict and Carter. Then he successfully leads them away. It's so nice to see them working well together. After making sure no one's around, she slips into the descending elevator.
이곳은 가실 수 없습니다.
You're not allowed to go in there. I see.
죄송하지만 그곳도 가실 수 없습니다.
You can't go in there either.
다른 환자들의 사생활 존중을 위해서 방문객은 1층과 2층의 공동구역만 출입할 수 있습니다.
In order to respect our patients' privacy, visitors are only allowed to go into the public areas on the first and second floors. She turns to meet the receptionist's polite yet wary gaze and nods. All right then, I'll head back. It was that way, right? She points to a spot in the distance. Confused, the receptionist turns to look, and she prepares to make her escape. But she's yanked by the hem of her top. The faint energy she sensed disappears. Ooh. What was that? In the hallway, the receptionist has finally noticed her disappearance and is looking everywhere for her. The sliding door closes. She turns around, cautious, only to find herself face to face with someone familiar.
이 교수님이랑 같이 오신 분 맞죠?
You're the one who came with Dr. Lee, right? Miss Kanin?
정식으로 소개할게요. 난 도가연이에요. 현재 신분은 코어병 환자고요.
I'll introduce myself. I'm Karin, a patient with Protocore syndrome. A sliver of light from the outside filters through the Venetian blinds. It illuminates her gentle feature. She extends her hand, thin yet steady, towards her. She politely returns her handshake.
이 교수님과
Oh, too many hers.
쌤. 아니, 신생의 고치에 대한 진상을 조사하러 왔다는 거 알아요.
I know that you and Dr. Lee are here to investigate the Fountain of Bate. No, the Rebirth cocoon.
그런데 신생의 고치 발표회를 앞두고 있어서 감시하는 눈이 많죠.
However, the press conference for it is coming up, though there are many eyes on it. You said exactly what I was thinking. Are you also undercover so you can gather information? She nods. Oh, I guess that's why they made it a point that she was a journalist. But after a moment, she shakes her head.
그런 셈이죠.
Something like that.
하지만 처음 이곳에 올 땐 살아남고 싶어서였어요.
But the original reason that I came here was simple. I wanted to live.
의아하죠? 전쟁터에서 목숨을 내던지는 종군 기자인데.
Strange, isn't it? After all, I was a war correspondent who once risked everything on the battlefield.
일상으로 돌아오니 죽는 게 무서워지더라고요. 그래서 이런 터무니없는 얘기까지 믿게 됐죠.
But after returning to civilian life, I became afraid of death. I even believed in far-fetched promises. When it comes to matters of life and death, I have no right to judge, let alone interfere with others' choices. Yes, she also wondered, if she were a patient, would she pin her hopes on this experiment despite knowing full well how absurd it is? But she hesitates, unsure if she should reveal what she knows. Zane, stop stealing my name.
이 실험이 사람의 괴물. 그러니까 변이자로 만들 가능성이 크단 말을 하고 싶은 거죠.
You want to say that this experiment has a high chance of turning people into monsters, right?
당시 장항산 전투를 저도 겪으면서 시퍼렇게 살아있는 사람이 괴물이 되는 모습을 봤어요.
I was there during the Battle of Mount Eternal. I also saw people transform into monsters.
실험을 막든 조사를 하든 당신들 둘만으론 쉽지 않을 거예요.
Whether you're here to stop or investigate it, just the two of you won't be enough to handle it. Or it won't be easy, sorry. It won't be easy for just the two of you to handle it. She turns around and opens a drawer. She takes out a small, elegant notebook and hands it to her.
갑작스럽지만 나는 두 사람의 도움이 필요하고 두 사람도 내 도움이 필요할 거고요.
This may seem sudden, but I need your help, and you two might need mine as well.
이번 발표회를 막으려면요.
This is to prevent the press conference from happening. But why would you... Questions flood her mind, but she can't find the right one to ask.
지금으로선 그자들이 선택한 가장 성공적인 실험 대상자가 나거든요.
As of now, I'm their most successful test subject.
방금 여기서 사라졌는데.
I think she disappeared around here just now. The receptionist that she managed to shake off earlier hurries towards them. Kaden responds with a slight smile.
이거 가져가요.
Take this.
나가서 저 사람들한텐 A107호 환자가 쓰러지는 걸 보고 병실로 데려다 줬다고 말해요.
When you get out, tell them you saw the patient in room A107 faint, and you're just escorting me back to my room. I understand. Thank you. MC Cox Gundam wherever extra ammo.
어떻게 여기까지 오셨어요? 무슨 도움 필요하세요?
How did you end up here? Is there anything I can help you with? The patient in room A107 just collapsed. You should check in on her. While skeptical, the receptionist quickly summons doctors and nurses. A quick response suggests Karen's presence carries a special weight here. For her first visit to the sanatorium, uncovering these crucial leads is more than she could have hoped for. As for those secrets that lie deeper in a shroud of mystery and finding a way to stop Carter and Benedict's plans, that will take more time. I wonder how Zane is doing. Should act like I don't know anything when I meet up with him. Pushing these thoughts aside, she carefully hides the notebook on her person before heading towards the main white building. Where did she hide it? Because it said on her person. I'm like, your boobs aren't big enough. Okay, as the tour is about to end, Carter is once again urgently called away by his assistant.
엑스아트를 주도한 사람으로서 자신의 순간적 실수 때문에 망가진 기술을 보니
As the creator of X-Heart, seeing your technology destroyed because of a momentary lapse in judgment,
후회되세요?
do you regret it?
아니면 믿기지 않나요?
Or
두 가지 상황을 예상했는데
are you in
이
disbelief?
교수님 얼굴에선 두 가지 다 보이지 않는군요.
I expected to see both reactions on your face, but I don't see either.
장 선생님은 수술실 떠난 지 너무 오래돼서 의사들이 가장 꺼리는 게 감정을 얼굴에 드러내는 거라는 걸 잊었나 보네요.
It seems you've been away from the operating room for too long, so you've forgotten that showing emotions on one's face is the most ill-advisable thing a doctor can do. Benedict smiles and chooses to ignore the sarcasm.
솔직히 말하죠. 나는
I'll be
이
honest.
교수님을 믿지 않아요.
I don't trust you,
하지만 교수님처럼 압도적으로 이력과 경험이 뛰어난 사람은 없죠.
but there's no one else that can surpass your qualifications and experience.
이 교수님이 우리 이념에 동의하지 않는다는 걸 알면서도 영입하려 하는 이유죠.
And that's why I want to bring you on board, even when I don't, or when I know that you don't agree with our philosophy.
장 선생님이 솔직하게 말씀하시니
Since you're being honest,
저도 돌려 말하지 않겠습니다.
I'll also discard the pleasantry.
말씀드렸다시피 저는 불가능에 도전하려는 겁니다.
As I've said, I want to
우리가
challenge the
서로 원하는 걸
impossible.
얻을 수만 있다면 이런 협력도 못할 건 없죠.
Since we each have something to gain, then there's no way this collaboration won't work.
단순히 불가능에 도전하기
Seems to-
위해서입니까?
Is challenging the impossible your only reason?
본인의 피땀이 섞인 실험을 남한테 맡기는 건 괜찮나요? 도대체 누가 변이자를 만들어냈는지 밝히고 싶지 않아요?
Ooh. Will you really let others handle your life's work? Don't you want to expose who created those of harem?
장 선생님은 남의 속내 추측하는 걸 즐기시나 봅니다.
You seem to enjoy speculating about others' feelings.
그냥 안타까워서 그래요. 그때 이 교수님이 그 대담한 실험을 끝까지 진행했다면 결과가 달라지지 않았을까요?
I'm just curious, if your bold experiment back then was completed, would the results have been different?
구체적인 참관 소감은 갑자기 사라진 그 헌터 아가씨가 말해주겠군요.
Oh. In any case, the hunter will tell you about her impressions of the tour after she's done with her disappearing act. The clamor from downstairs seeps through the windows and causes subtle vibrations in the air. Calm as always, Zane meets his gaze.
앞으로 잘 부탁합니다, 이 교수님.
I look forward to working with you in the future. Wow. Very tense. Dying snow. And just like that, their first tour comes to an end. After leaving the sanatorium, life with Zane seems to have returned to normal. Barely finding a moment's rest, he rushes between Oxa Hospital and the sanatorium. For the time being, Evers seems preoccupied with their grand vision with the Fountain of Atay. The leads related to the Ether Core have also gone cold. Meanwhile, protocore syndrome cases are multiplying at an incredible rate. Oxo Hospital's emergency room is constantly overwhelmed. Medical teams worldwide continue to test new treatments, but the results remain disappointingly ineffective. It's as if a deity, somewhere in the cosmos and uncertain about the world's fate, keeps listlessly rolling the dice again and again. Why does that feel like foreshadowing, especially now that we've heard about Astra? Hi, Shiny. Yes, we're still in May. We're not resuming SF until June at the earliest. How are you doing, though? I hope you're well. Emergency.
당신들은 백의의 천사잖아요. 내 아내가 저 지경이 됐는데 어떻게 보고도 그냥 둘 수 있습니까?
You're supposed to be saving people's lives. My wife is critically ill. How can you just watch her die?
이 교수님이 코어병 분야의 권위자라면서요.
Where's Dr. Lee?
왜 우리를 먼저 봐주지 않는 거죠?
Isn't he the leading expert on protocore syndrome? Shouldn't he see us first?
선생님, 우리 애가 어제는 멀쩡했는데 왜 오늘은 상태가 악화된 거죠?
Doctor, my child was perfectly fine yesterday. Why did the condition start getting worse? In the break room for the division of cardiac surgery, the doctors and nurses can finally get a few moments of rest. Exhausted, they slump in their chair.
우리는 사람이지 신이 아니에요.
We're
우리도
people, not God.
모든 분을 돌보고 싶다고요.
We want to take care of everyone too.
사흘 뒤 에버의 발표회에서 코어병 환자 치료를 위한 신생의 고치 의료 캡슐이 정식 출시될 예정입니다.
In 3 days, Ever will officially unveil the Rebirth cocoon at their press conference. It is designed to treat protocore syndrome. I wonder. I feel like the scene of running and I don't know, Zane shooting takes place at the cocoon place. So I feel like they're gonna be escaping for some reason, but screw Astra, right? Screw Astra. Astra's awful. You just commissioned a friend for 3 emotes. Nice. What type of emotes?
1차 환자들 중 한 분인 도가연 씨와 인터뷰를 나눴는데요. 도가연 씨도 실험 대상자로서 발표회에 참석한다고 합니다.
Does really nobody have last names in this universe? We interviewed Miss Karen, one of the first patients who underwent this treatment. She will appear at the press conference.
인류가 의학 혁명을 이뤄낼 수 있을지 함께 지켜보시죠.
We might be witnessing a medical revolution. Keep your eyes on us. Everyone remains silent as they watch through the transparent partition in the door. From the corridor, they observe Zane's focused expression.
이 교수님 휴가 내셨다고 하지 않았어요?
Isn't Dr. Lee supposed to be on leave?
말이 휴가지. 다른 프로젝트 때문에 바쁘실걸요?
Maybe. I bet he's just busy with other projects.
역시 이주임님이 없으면 안 돼요. 여기 계신 걸 보면 아무리 힘들어도 안심이 되거든요.
As expected, things just aren't the same without Dr. Lee here. Doesn't really matter how exhausted I am. When I see him, I feel at ease. Yvonne lets out a deep sigh and turns to open the storage cabinet. With practiced ease, she breaks 2 dietary glucose sticks to hand out to her colleagues behind her.
이 포도당 원샷하고 우리도 다시 힘내봐요.
Let's one-shot these. And let's one-shot these and regain our strength. Gosh. A cheer, a shook, and a clown. Oh my gosh. What is a shook?
의사 선생님, 아프면 괴물이 되는 거예요?
Doctor, if I get sick, will I turn into a monster?
아니야.
No.
정말요?
Really?
근데 옆 침대에 수진이가 그러는데 이 결정이 우리를 잡아먹고 커다란 괴물로 변하게 한대요.
But Sazuni from the bed next to me said that those crystals will eat us and turn us into big monsters. Oh, a glare,
이
okay.
교수님, 우리 아이 퇴원 절차를 밟고 싶은데요.
Dr. Lee, I'd like to process my child's discharge paper.
하연이 상태가 호전되고 있어서 지금 병원을 옮기는 건 권장하지 않습니다.
Hyun's condition has shown improvement. I suggest that you don't transfer hospitals.
하지만 에버가 새로운 치료법을 내놓는다고 하니까 저희도 시도해보고 싶어요.
But everyone's saying Ever has a new treatment. We really want to try it. Oh no.
배동맥류가 파열되어
더 이상 순환할 혈액량이 없습니다. 이 교수님, 사망 시간을 선고해 주세요.
The pulmonary artery aneurysm has ruptured. There's insufficient blood volume for circulation. Dr. Lee, please announce the time of death. Rough. Oh, I forgot that they give Zayn a mask.
사망 시각 새벽 02시 23분.
Time of death, 2:23 a.m.
가족들에게 알리세요.
Please notify the family. Using the wall to support himself, a teenager in a warm green hoodie staggers along. He stops to catch his breath after each step. He keeps copying me. Oh my god. Back. Oh my gosh. Every organ feels twisted and turned inside out. His nerves scream from the agony and pain. They threaten to rob him of his strength to stand. His vision blurs as he collapses against the wall. His arms shake uncontrollably as he tries to brace himself. Something races beneath his skin.
나 괴물이 아니야.
I'm not a monster.
괴물이 되고 싶지 않아.
I don't want to become a monster. Oh man. You're gonna start charging me for stealing your likeness. The violent urge surges through him once again as he stares at his hands. They're covered in sharp crystals. He's fighting against the impulse to plunge them into his own heart. Ugh. Yet he can't bring himself to do it. Cold snowflakes fall onto his body that's reaching a fever pitch. A man's steady footsteps. He stands at the end of the road, his tall figure nearly blocking out all light from the teenager can still make him out, however.
당신은 그 킬러.
You're that killer.
의사인가?
No. Are you a doctor?
또 만났네.
We meet again.
우연이 아니야.
This isn't a coincidence.
이번엔 내가 널 찾아온 거거든.
I came here to find you.
그래.
That's so.
난 이제 괴물이 되는 건가?
Have I turned into a monster? He forces his eyes to close for a moment. Even his vision is starting to blur. The man clad in black slowly approaches him. Dean feels an unexpected sense.
역시 날 구하러 온 거구나.
You've come to save me. Just as something foreign bursts through his skin to strike at the man before him, the teen hears the crystalline sound of ice forming beside his ear.
금방 끝날 거야.
It'll end soon. Oh, that's rough.
A103 환자는 기억을 잃어가면서 감정도 무뎌졌고 행동 패턴이 예전과는 확연히 달라졌다.
The patient in room A103 is experiencing memory loss, continual emotional detachment, and exhibiting behavioral patterns that differ from
A210 남자아이는 신생의 고치에 들어간 지 A379 환자는
Sorry, Karen.
A210 남자아이는 신생의 고치에 들어간 지 4일 만에 실종됐다.
The boy from room A210 disappeared after, or 3 days after entering the rebirth cocoon.
A379 환자는 치료 대기 중 갑자기 통제불능 상태가 되어 폭주했다.
Patient in room A379 experienced a violent episode while awaiting treatment.
치료 대기 중 갑자기 통제불능 상태가 되어 폭주했다. 신생의 고치 성능이 개선됐고 그들은 나의 최적의 실험 대상자로 선정했다.
The rebirth cocoon's performance has. I was chosen as the ideal test subject.
성공에 제일 근접한 실험체라고 여긴 것이다.
They believe I'm the closest to success. The notes Karen gives her consist almost entirely of observation reports on other test subjects. Her journalist instincts made her distrust this research project from the start. She had already noticed something was off about it. This is... A worn, creased photo slips out from between the notebook pages. Its edges reveal the countless times it's been handled. In the photo, Karen is holding a little girl who's no more than 3 years old. Both of them are smiling at the camera. Is that her daughter? She quickly understands why she wants to live, despite her doubts about this project. When did you get back? The breaking dawn appears outside the window as the sky grows brighter. Perhaps it's just her imagination, but she thinks she sees those black ice crystals on his arm again. But when she moves closer to check, it seems she's imagining things. Zane watches her without saying a word. She realizes that she only came over last night to help Peach, but she got so caught up in analyzing the clues that she accidentally fell asleep on the couch. I'm sorry, I went a little overboard when I made myself at home. A moment passes and a faint smile tugs at the corner of his lips.
이 집에 네가 모르는 비밀번호가 있던가?
Is there a passcode in this house that you don't know? She clears her throat and hands him the notebook. She tries to prevent them from getting sidetracked. In any case, I believe Karin's our best lead right now. Recently, Ever has made a public announcement about their best test subject will make an appearance at the press conference. Unlike those big spenders and socialites, Karin has a positive, approachable image. She also has a good reputation in the eyes of the general public. They're trying to use her to build public support and convince more people to believe in their cause. By giving me these notes, she probably hopes I'll help her stop the press conference, or even put an end to the project altogether. So I thought, for a while she's been talking to herself, and then he hugs her from behind. Zane?
계속 얘기해. 듣고 있어.
Yes, keep talking. I'm listening. Oh, I think he just needed a hug. Zane's having a hard time. His embrace is gentle, as if the slightest touch might shatter something fragile. Did something happen?
날씨가 추워져서.
The weather got colder. You think someone who's like snow could feel chilly. She pauses before turning around to embrace him. I'll stop talking about Ever. But if you're really tired, please make sure you rest properly. Will you do that for me? And he just came back from murdering someone. That must have been rough. Oh, the music changed. There are less than 36 hours remaining until the press conference for the Fountain of Bate. Before returning to the sanatorium to stop it, Zane and she quickly come up with a plan. She needs to approach Miss Karin again to figure out a surefire way. Meanwhile, Zane, who has already connected with the core researchers, will cover for her. Whether it's diseases, wanderers, or the Alterum, they all stem from humanity's instinctive fear of things beyond their control. The deeper this fear takes root, the more likely people are to mistake absurdity for miracle. And when Ever appears as a savior, they will gain a congregation of devoted followers, like a cult. Zane, the energy source I detected wasn't my imagination. I'm still not confident in utilizing the Spatium core, but another visit might help us discover something new.
알았어.
I understand. Zane nods. She was prepared for a lecture about not abusing her power, but he says nothing. Here, put it on. To ensure the mission runs smoothly, she's borrowed a cutting-edge equipment from the association. The state-of-the-art invisible earpiece, modified by engineering prodigy Simone, is now no bigger than a grain of rice. I mean, good, but also, what if it falls into your ear? She also has a small energy firearm. It's capable of bypassing most detection systems currently in use. She places the earpiece in her ear and gestures for him to come close. Zane obliges and leans down. One cough to turn the mic on, 2 coughs to turn it off, and tap to adjust the volume.
고마워.
Thank you. I'm not sure why you're being so polite, but... As soon as the comms channel opens, deafening audio feedback blasts her eardrums. She clutches her ears in pain. Staggers back, and just before Shichi's mischievous attempt to trip her succeeds, Zane catches her by the waist. He can't help but laugh. This is the first time in days that she's seen genuine joy in Zane's expression.
너.
You. Oh, that's sad that was that was the genuine joy. Oh, Zane, please. She frantically clamps her hand over his mouth. Wait until I adjust the volume before you speak. You can feel his smile widening beneath her fingers as she uses her other hand to adjust the earpiece. Sound check, Zane. Say something.
넌 내가 대학생 때 왜 그 과제를 선택했는지 한 번도 물어보지 않았던 것 같네.
I think that you've never asked me about the reason for why I picked that as my research topic back in medical school. He remains close to her, his breath warm against her ear. It's almost like she can hear his heartbeat. The path of medicine is a noble pursuit, Dr. Zane. You strive for academic excellence. You also want to find a meaningful purpose in life.
제법이네.
How would you translate that? Back then, when you decided to destroy what could have been a world-changing discovery, you didn't hesitate? It's the kind of honor most people would cherish for a lifetime, yet he seems genuinely unbothered by it. Zane must have chosen to stop the experiment because he foresaw the consequences of its potential misuse.
그때 난 논문 감사의 글에 네 이름을 적으려고 했어.
Back then, I even considered including your name in my acknowledgement. She nods as she secures her firearm to the holster strapped to her thigh. Then she double-checks her equipment. You only thought about it? You didn't actually do it?
네 동의 없이 같은 페이지에 이름을 올리는 건 매너가 아니잖아.
Oh, it would have been rude to include both of our names on the paper without your permission. Consent again, guys. Before she can process the meaning behind his words, a rustling sound suddenly comes from the window. A piece of bean-shaped ruby chocolate falls. Clattering, it rolls to her feet. She looks up to see that the last pack of chocolate snacks from the cabinet has been taken down and torn open on the floor. Chi lifts his face from the snack pack, which is bigger than his head, and licks the chocolate residue off his nose. Wait, what did you eat? Her body moves before her mind can catch up. She quickly picks up Chi and checks the empty pack. You ate all the chocolate? You animals aren't supposed to eat that. It's okay, I think Chi-Chi's a god. Butterfly in a bottle. I was about to read that completely the wrong way. That would be a very different story. As noon approaches, the car enters the sanatorium parking lot. Since Zane holds an internal role here, he's been granted limited clearance to the facility. He plans to slip in while he keeps the receptionist.
조심해.
Careful. You too. He doesn't look back when he leaves, but he suddenly raises his hand for a quick high five as their positions shield it from view. With her biosignature concealed, the omnipresent security camera's scan doesn't trigger anything. Their red indicators blink before moving. Dimitri might be crazy, but I have to admit the ID camouflage chip he gave me is really useful. Meanwhile, your cats? What do you mean? I thought everything was my food. Yep, that sounds like your cats. The lush trees and flower beds scattered throughout the sanatorium provide the perfect cover. Dodging staff members in the courtyard, she makes her way to room A107 from memory. That's where Karen is. The staff will change shifts at approximately 12 p.m. There's a small window of time. To be more specific, there's a small window of time where no one checks the rooms. Her shoes scrape against the smooth wall as she waits for the staff to leave. Once they're gone, she slips in through the window. Karen's eyes widen slightly at her entrance, but she remained quiet. Sorry, with the press conference coming up, they tightened security. I could only use this method to visit.
이 시간에 찾아오다니. 역시 내가 생각했던 대로 참 영리하네요.
Finding me at this time, as I expected, you're quite clever. I understood the message you sent when you gave me those notes. That's why I'm here. Are you really going to give up? If we take this chance, you might actually have a shot at making a full recovery. Karen shakes her head.
전장에서 죽을 고비를 수없이 넘겼어요. 사신은 이미 내게 자비를 베풀 만큼 베풀었단 거죠.
I've already survived many close calls on the battlefield. I think that death has already been quite gentle. She reveals a peaceful smile and looks at the sunlight streaming through the window.
처음 신생의 고치에 들어갔을 때 꿈을 꿨어요.
When I first entered the cocoon, I dreamed.
꿈속에서 나는 건강을 되찾았고 딸이 크는 걸 지켜보면서 그 아이의 인생에서 중요한 순간을 전부 함께했어요.
In that dream, I'd made a full recovery. I got to watch my daughter grow up. I was there for every important moment of her life.
딸 결혼식에서 눈물을 흘리며 딸아이를 안아줬죠. 그런데 딸의 눈동자에 비친 내 얼굴은 아주 끔찍한 괴물이더군요.
Oh my god. At her wedding, I hugged her while crying, but the face reflected in her eyes, that of a monster. Her gaze dims. Outside the window, a butterfly, drawn to the artificial flowers in the vase, crashes against the glass again and again.
꿈에서 깨고서
Oh wow.
내 손이 딸의 목을 조르고 있단 걸 깨달았어요.
When I came to my senses, I realized I wasn't hugging her. My hands were around her throat.
딸아이를 안아주고 싶었는데 왜 아이를 울려버렸을까요?
I only wanted to hug her. So, why did I make her cry? Sensing her hesitation, she pulls the IV line from the back of her hand.
호접지몽 이야기 들어봤어요?
Have you heard of Zhangzi's butterfly dream?
난 늘 궁금했어요. 진짜 꿈을 꾼 건 나비였을까요? 장자였을까요?
Who was really dreaming? Was it the butterfly or Zhangzi?
나 자신이 누군지도 분간할 수 없다면 내게 세상은 정말 고치가 되어버릴 거예요.
If I can't tell who I am anymore, then the whole world would have become my cocoon.
내 수명이 얼마나 남았든 상관없어요.
Time I still have doesn't matter.
이미 마음을 굳혔어요.
I've made up my mind. What would you like me to do?
아테이슨 발표회가 내일 12시에 열리니까 이제 24시간 놓치 안 남았어요.
The press conference is scheduled for noon tomorrow, so we have fewer than 24 hours.
그자들은 1시간 후에 나를 신생의 고치에 넣고 마지막 점검을 할 거예요.
In an hour, they'll place me in the cocoon for my final examination.
당신은 그동안 신생의 고치의 에너지 공급원을 찾아서 차단해줘요.
Find the cocoon's power supply and cut it off. No. The cocoon is connected directly to the test subject's consciousness. A sudden disconnection could lead to unpredictable effects on her already fragile body.
내 걱정은 하지 말아요.
Don't worry about me.
모든 걸 감수할 준비가 됐으니까요.
I'm already prepared to face consequences.
나만큼 적합한 실험 대상자를 찾기가 쉽지 않을 거예요. 내 말대로 해요. 이보다 좋은 방법은 없어요.
It's not easy to find a test subject like me. Trust me, the best way to stop them. I'll find a way to get you out of there.
당신이 날 얻고 갈 수 있다 하더라도 그런 격렬한 움직임은 내 몸이 버티지 못해요.
Even if you could carry me under such conditions, something like that, my body wouldn't be able to handle it. You know, she's right. Once the guard shift ends, they'll quickly discover their most important patient has. Every exit in the sanatorium will be sealed off by
이게
then.
내 인생의 마지막 전장일지도 모르니까
This might be my final battleground.
날 좀 도와줘요.
You must help me. I understand. Man. Ah, why is this story so dark? After leaving room A107, she moves quickly without any hesitation and stays out of sight.
들었어? A37 환자가 방금 갑자기 이성을 잃고 폭주했대.
Patient 8379 suddenly lost control and became violent. Isn't that the same one that she mentioned earlier who had suddenly become violent?
걱정할 거 없어. 이찬 박사님이 정상적인 증상이라고 했어.
There's nothing to worry about. Dr. Ichan said that that type of thing is normal. Along the way, she quietly takes down several orderlies and receptionists who spotted her. Of course she did! Our MC, man. The sanatorium is massive, and many areas are restricted. A blind search could last until nightfall and still be a failure. What I sensed that day, it must have been the cocoon's energy core. She takes a deep breath and activates the spatium core's power once more. Her vision ripples and expands like waves. A faint energy trail leads her forward like a guiding thread. Her drifting consciousness slowly seeps through the sanatorium's public area, the garden, and through each patient's room. I can just find the energy control hub. Following the faint energy pulse, she finds herself at the end of the corridor that connects the public area to the garden. There's a door almost seamlessly integrated into the wall. Without hesitating, she pushes it open. Ooh. A large enclosed space gradually reveals itself. Behind this door lies an unexpectedly serene forest. Strange, there are no guards present. Only an unsettling silence hangs in the air. Her watch hasn't sounded any alarms, and there are no detectable signs of biological activity among the vegetation. The energy source's pull grows stronger as it tugs at the power flowing within her. It's as if she's being guided in a specific direction. Past the forest's winding path, an unexpectedly elegant old building comes into view. That must be it. The energy readings are at their strongest here. Okay. Man, I'm so eager to see how this like ends up. I wish I could read faster. With Zane's help these past few days, the Cocoon's data and performance have shown improvement. Carter is in high spirits. He genuinely believes his junior has switched to the dark side. No, has finally seen the light.
예전에 네가 내 옆에 앉아서 대뜸 나한테 첫마디를 건넸잖아.
In the past, he used to sit right next to me when we talked for the first time.
제 연구 과제 팀에 들어오지 않을래요?
Do you want to join my research team?
그전에는 다들 너를 고고한 꼬마 천재라고 여겼는데.
Before that, we thought you were just some stuck-up child prodigy. Oh yeah, I guess he would be younger than Carter, huh? For some reason, I kept thinking they were like the same age.
방 교수님이 그러셨거든요. 혼자서는 빨리 갈 수 있지만 함께하면 더 멀리 갈 수 있다고요.
Dr. Noah used to say this,
게다가
didn't he?
선배의 이론 연구는 확실히 한 수 위였으니까요.
One person can go fast, but a group can go far. Besides, your theoretical research was undeniably superior. A look of surprise appears on Carter's face.
나이도 제일 어리고 말수도 제일 적었던 녀석이 우리 중에 제일 대담하고 앞서갈 줄 누가 알았겠어.
Who could have known that our youngest and quietest would become the most forward-thinking and boldest student?
넌 우리가 상상도 못한 걸 실행했고 우린 감히 못했던 질문으로 최고 권위자셨던 교수님 말문을 막히게 했었지.
You went ahead and performed what we didn't dare to imagine, and you'd pose what we didn't dare to ask to the most distinguished professors until they were left speechless. Walking and talking as they pass through the streamlined skywalk, two soon arrive at the sanatorium's central platform. As dusk approaches, light filters through the hemispherical dome like delicate silk. It bathes the courtyard in soft warmth.
에버가 발표회를 명분으로 아테의 셈의 영향력을 확대하려는 건 압니다.
I know that Ever wants to use tomorrow's press conference to improve the fountain of Ate's credibility.
그런데 대중에 공개하기엔 아직 고치의 완성도가 떨어져요.
안 될 게 뭐 있어? 우린 가장 권위 있는 검사 장비를 준비했어. 모든 데이터를 가장 직관적인 형태로 대중에게 보여줄 거야.
But the Rebirth cocoon isn't ready to be revealed to the public. It still needs to be further developed. What do you mean further developed? We prepared the best test equipment, and all the data will be presented to the public in the most accessible format.
더군다나 대회 홍보용으로 아주 적합한 사람도 이미 선정해뒀고.
And we already have the suitable candidate for the public demonstration. He turns to Dane, and his voice becomes more eager.
선아, X-하트가 성공했던 그날 밤에 내가 한 질문 기억해?
Zane, do you remember what I asked you the night the X-Heart succeeded?
나랑
Ooh!
같이 세상을 바꾸겠냐고 물었잖아.
Pizza party at work? That sounds nice, Kathy. I asked if you wanted to change the world with me. Carter turns to survey the crowd in the garden below, his figure reminiscent of a smug creator gazing upon their creation.
우린 지금 이 성과의 중심에 서 있어.
We are standing at the center of our
내가
achievement.
장담하는데 이제 성공이 코앞이야.
Success is within our grasp.
선배가 말하는 성공이란 게 뭐죠?
What is the success
예측할
that
수
you mean?
없는 성공률?
Are you talking
아니면
about the unpredictable success
실패하면
rate?
즉시 처리해버리는 불량품?
Or about the defective specimens that you disposed of? Smile on Carter's face freezes, slowly disappears.
예전엔 그 사람들도 선배가 필사적으로 살리려 했던 환자였잖아요.
In the past, they were patients that you fought desperately to save, weren't they?
내가 얼마나 무능한 사람인지 잊을 뻔했는데 알려줘서 고맙다.
I used to be such a pathetic and incompetent person. Thank you for reminding me.
왜 내가 무능한 의사였을 땐 내 손에서 생명이 죽어나가도 용서하고
Why is it that when I was a powerless doctor, the lives lost under my care were somehow forgivable?
내가 선구자가 되려고 하니 죽어가는 사람을 불쌍하게 여기는 거지?
But when I strive to be a pioneer, you suddenly care about the injustice done to those who were already destined to die.
이선, 너 언제 이렇게 겁쟁이가 됐어?
When did you become such a
장항산에서
coward?
있었던 일이
That incident in Mount Eternal.
그러니까 죽음 앞에서 네가 나보다 훨씬 냉정했잖아.
You've always been much colder than me in the face of death. An uncontrollable impulse surges within him. Fortunately, a voice comes through his earpiece and pulls him back to reality. Dawnbreaker? Was Dawnbreaker that impulse, or just the desire to strangle Carter? Because honestly, I would love to strangle Carter. Zane, I found the location with the strongest energy signatures. Just in case, if you can get clearance from either Carter or Benedict. Zane composes himself, discreetly tapping the area near his ear as acknowledgement. He looks at Carter. Pressing a finger against his chest, Carter's icy stare lands on Zane, his mocking tone from earlier vanishes.
여기선 다른 사람의 심장이 뛰고 있어. 난 이렇게 무의미하게 살 순 없어.
The heart beating in my chest belongs to someone else. I can't live a meaningless life. Ooh, okay. So Carter has had like a heart transplant?
선아, 죽음의 의미는 너보다 내가 더 잘 알아.
I understand the meaning of death better than you do.
희생이 필요하다면 희생해야지.
These sacrifices are necessary, then so be it.
우린 곧 인류 전체의 난제를 해결하게 될 거라고.
We'll soon solve humanity's greatest dilemma. Oh my god! Yes! that was very attractive. His limbs are forcefully frozen to the wall. The surveillance cameras freeze just as they turn, and their red indicators go dark.
너, 이선.
You,
네가 날 올려?
그때 선배가
dare to
허락 없이
freeze me?
가져간 학술 도둑질 말인데요.
The statute of limitations hasn't
법적으로 아직
expired yet.
공소시효가 남았을 거예요.
Oh, there's still time on the your academic plagiarism. Carter's briefly freed hand is sealed in ice once again, and his frantic struggling is frozen as an awkward, rigid pose.
장난해?
Are you joking?
그걸 이제 와서 따지겠다고?
You're bringing that up now?
큰일나는 사람이 째째하게 굴면 안 되지. 얼른 풀어.
The end justifies the mean. Let me go.
장난이에요.
It was a joke.
하지만 선배는 여기에 잠시 있어야겠어요.
But you need to stay here for a while.
고치를 파괴하려고? 에너지 공급을 끊을 생각인가?
Do you intend to destroy the cocoon? Are you thinking of cutting off the power supply?
요양원에는 6개 독립적인 에너지 공급 시스템이 있어. 단순히 플러그를 뽑는 것만으로는 불가능해.
The sanatorium has 6 independent operating systems. Of course, pulling the plug won't be possible.
저처럼 의도가 불순한 사람을 자유롭게 드나들게 했다는 건 자신이 있단 뜻이겠죠.
대체 뭘 하라는 거야?
If this place allows someone with malicious intent like me to freely come and go, then that just shows how confident all of you are. What do you intend to do? Carter glares at him. His junior pauses thoughtfully before calmly shaking his head.
선배, 이번엔 안 알려줄 겁니다.
Sunbae, this time I won't tell you.
더 믿음직한 동행 파트너가 생겼거든요.
Oh, I have a much more trustworthy partner now. Oh, that's cute.
혼자 온 게 아니구나.
You didn't come here
그
alone.
여자애가 무슨 짓을 하고 있는 거야?
What's that girl up to?
너 이거 살인이야.
This is murder.
환자들한테서 살아갈 희망을 빼앗는 거라고.
You're taking away these patients' hope.
이선, 이 배은망덕한 놈.
You ungrateful traitor.
똑똑하고 해안이 없어.
You're smart,
경비!
but you're weak. Security. Another layer of ice appears to seal his mouth shut. Zane's power is
여기는
kind of OP.
보통 방해하는 사람이 없어서 얘기 나누기 좋다면서요.
You said that
한동안 그렇게 얼어 있어야겠네요.
this place would be perfect for a heart-to-heart because nobody comes here. You'll have to stay here for a while.
선배, 사실 선배의 목표는 생명을 구하는 것도
Actually,
인류를 구하는 것도 아니에요.
your goal is not to save lives or to save humanity.
선배가 하는 모든 일은 죽음 앞에서 느끼는 공허함과 두려움을 채우기 위한 것뿐입니다.
Everything is just you comforting yourself in the face of death. Zane takes out a palm-sized access card from Carter's pocket. Zane's gaze doesn't meet his. It lands on Carter's heart instead.
그 심장 기증자도 자신의 심장이 살인마 가슴에서 뛰길 바라진 않았을 거예요.
I don't think that the heart's donor wants it to be beating in the chest of an executioner. Company's paying for your coworker's retirement party. Oh, okay. Yay for pizza party. That's funny. Love it. Okay. Man, Zane is so attractive in this story. Well, then again, he's always attractive. Okay, but I guess that was trustworthy colleague. Perfect specimen time. No, Karen. Hello. Hi, Roderick. What's up? Yes, I am streaming today. Have you been busy? A holographic display takes up half of her field of vision. The green dot representing Zane is moving towards her position. Oh! I recognize this place. We're getting to the cutscene soon. From the TV. Not expecting much, she takes a deep breath and places her hand on the door. To her surprise, it opens with a gentle push. Light streams through the glass dome and lands on the floor. It reveals an elegantly decorated reception hall. The space is completely empty. Only the sound of footsteps echoes to break the silence. Zane, I sent you the coordinates. That's where the energy core is.
걱정 마. 나
Don't
지금
worry. I'm just... As soon as her hand touches the railing for the staircase going up, the scene before her flickers and vanishes. Tom's channel is dead. She pulls her hand away and takes half a step back. Turns as colors fade. A lot? Like running water, they flow out. From the ceiling, walls, and floor, they all melt into an endless expanse of pure white. Wait, what? It's like a white tube.
모처럼 손님이 찾아왔군요.
An honorable guest has joined us. She hears a slightly amused voice behind her. She whirls around to find Benedict standing in the middle of the reception hall. She's not sure when he appeared. While she's startled, she needs to look composed right now. You've done a good job at preparing for the press conference, Mr. Benedict. It's going well without you. He touches the wall and the white space suddenly dissipates. It returns to its original form, a reception hall.
헌터 아가씨,
Miss Hunter,
사실 가장 성공적인 실험 대상자는 당신이어야 했는데
you should have
우리
been the most
손에서
successful test
탄생하지 않은
subject.
게 안타깝군요.
It's a shame you weren't one of ours.
이곳의 실험은 전부 당신 같은 생명을 창조하기 위한 것이거든요.
Every experiment here exists for one purpose. Great beings just like you. A gunshot explodes in the empty reception hall. Is it her? I'm tired of hearing you ever people talk about the same thing. Let's skip the formalities and get to fighting. That's our MC! That's definitely our MC. Hi, AQ. Happy Friday. How are you doing? We're trying to finish up the story here. Our MC is already shooting at things. Just as a bullet approaches him, crystal shards suddenly burst from his arm to pulverize the projectile.
깜빡하고 말을 안 했는데
Oh, I forgot to say.
나도 고치의 성공작 중 하나예요.
I'm one of the Cocoon's successful specimens. You could have said that earlier. Wait. Does he have powers then? You'll be lurking and practicing me. Oh, yay! Hope you're doing fine. Yeah, I'm doing pretty okay. I mean, I guess. Very busy. Very tired. But I'm here. She quickly switches out the regular bullets in her magazine for energy rounds designed to fight wanderers. Then she shoots at him. But Benedict seems to have anticipated this. At his signal, several shadowy figures surge forth from the darkness. Several Alterum move with inhuman speed. Like savage beasts, they lunge towards her. You're calling for backup already? I guess you really aren't... Oh, you aren't really a successful specimen. Dang, burn. You making an entrance? Not exactly. He's already made his entrance, but... Quickly stepping to the side and spinning. Oh, is that why he asked her earlier if she considers him or the Alterum to be monsters? Quickly stepping to the side and spinning, she dodges in the nick of time. The Alterum crash into one another. Not a public place. It is a private place. She's trying to find the energy core so that she can pull the plug on this big project, right? Their human experimentation project. She doesn't plan on dragging this fight out. Zane will be here soon. Fighting the energy core's location is the highest priority. She activates the Spatium core's sensing ability again. There's a faint energy signature coming from the top floor of the building. That hall does not look like a range. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, no, they're in a place. But then everything before her eyes becomes indistinguishable once again. As the light shifts and wavers, thick fog appears from out of nowhere. It rolls in and blurs even the faces of the Alterum.
그럼 그 녀석들이랑 어디 한번 놀아봐요.
Then play with these guys for a while. Her senses stop working and her vision is plunged into an endless void. Overwhelming dizziness washes over her. Desperate, she tries to stay conscious in spite of the vertigo, but her legs give out and she collapses onto the cold floor. Oh no! She knows she's reached her limit. Just before she loses consciousness, the sounds around her fade. In the void, she feels someone firmly grab her wrist. The churning sensation of instability vanishes when she opens her.
괜찮아?
Are you
어디
alright?
다친 데 없어?
Are you sick or are you hurt anywhere? Under the flickering light, she can barely manage. My God, I cannot read. Under the flickering light, she can barely make out Zane's worried expression. Before she can say she's fine, a searing pain erupts from her chest and flows through her entire body. He looks like a dude from John Wick. Oh. She presses her hand against his chest. Oh, her chest. But the physical pressure does nothing to ease the pain.
감지는 그만해. 너 지금 안색이 너무 안 좋아.
Stop trying to sense it. You look pale. She grabs his hand, gritting her teeth. She tells Zane everything that just happened.
쫓아! 저쪽으로 들어갔다!
After them, where did they go?
호흡 빨라지니까 지금은 말하지 마.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, keep your breathing steady. Don't speak right now. Zane quickly surveys their surroundings. He pulls her arm over his shoulder and helps her walk. It's not there. Go straight. That barrier. They pass through the wall. The Alterium are right behind them, but it seems they were fooled by the elusive hologram. Thankfully, the space hasn't been warped. Zane pulls her into an empty room and slams the door. Ice covers it, but the Alterium have them cornered. They claw at the frost and create this sharp, grating sound. Everything in front of her blurs into patches of color. She tries to grab Zane's hand again, but her strength fails her. Her hand weakly slides down his sleeve. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, cutscene. Oh, not the needle again. I do remember that I think we noticed that MC had like been tied down. Why though?
오빠. 왜 날 묶는 거야?
Why am I tied up?
금방 끝날 거야.
It's almost done. It'll be done soon. It'll be done soon.
나한테 뭘 주사한 거야?
What are you injecting me with?
심장 에너지가 네가 감당할 수 있는 범위를 초과했어.
A suppressant.
이게 도움이
The energy in your heart has surpassed your tolerance threshold.
정신이 좀 들어?
Have you come to your senses now?
오빠.
약효가 오래가지 않을 거야.
The suppressant won't last long. We need to leave quickly.
파동이야.
Fluctuations. Oh!
이 에너지야.
It's metaflux. Get out of the way. Oh. Oh. That was very smooth.
써.
Okay. Ah, you're still here. Congratulations. Oh wait, no, I don't think he said congratulations. I think he said good news. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
우리가 살아있는 건 당연한 일이죠.
Of course we would survive.
하지만 한 발짝만 더 움직인다.
But if you take another step,
그땐 죽을지 살지 알 수 없어요.
이 교수님,
you might die.
헌터의 권총으로는 사용을 받을 수 없지만
A hunter firearm can't kill a human, but a wanderer can. Oh! Holy shit, this cutscene! Oh my god. Oh my god. Jump. Oh my god. Oh, I love when they work together. I always forget what my MC's face is like.
겨우 이것밖에 안 된다면
If that's it, then
우리를 약봤다.
he underestimated us.
이볼의 30%가 써도 충분해.
Watch your heart. 30% of your evil should do. Oh my
당신
god.
같은 사람한테 일반적인 수법으로
In your case, the cure is
안 되겠네요.
extreme measures. I don't think that's actually what he said, but that's alright. Oh, I think he might have said there is no cure.
이게 성공적인가?
스스로 잘났다고 여기는 성공자.
Self-declared successful specimen. They're dissing him. After using up almost all of her ammunition, the Wanderer finally crashes to the ground, but this isn't the end. The sound of regenerating flesh echoes through the building as the crystals on its body rapidly retract. It's as if they're being devoured. In just a few seconds, the Wanderer has completely regenerated and takes on Benedict's appearance.
기회 봐서 빠져나가자. 더 싸워봤자 의미 없어.
Wait for an opening first, then we'll retreat. There's no point in continuing this fight. Zane is right. Benedict isn't their primary target right now. Just now, something about Zane seemed off. The flash of black crystal, the killing intent, the cold indifference in his eyes, it all vanished in an instant. Maybe she imagined it. Oh no, it's Dawnbreaker. A strange unease rises in her. She fires her last bullet at Benedict as a grayish-white mist fills the reception hall. There's another good example of her seamless coordination with Zane.
지금이야. 가자.
Now, let's go. Yeah. I wonder if Dawnbreaker is here. Dawnbreaker took the wheel. With the Altair at their heels, she leads Zane towards the strongest energy signature she remembers sensing in the building. Have you noticed how the Altairium are getting stronger? They're practically like living weapons. Could it be that after their consciousness are eroded, these failed test subjects are turned into tools that can be commanded? After taking down another Altairium that tries to attack them, she runs toward a corner. The strongest energy signature was right behind the door. Huh? Where's the door?
뒤를 조심해.
Be careful. As Frost immobilizes the guard who tries to ambush them, Zane stands back to back with her. Both of them are on high alert. Part of the layout has changed again.
만약 여기가 투영된 공간이라면 구조를 바꾸는 게 중추시를 숨기는 가장 빠른 방법일 거야.
If this place is a projection, then changing the layout would be the quickest way to hide the energy core's location. Interesting. Oh, this is annoying. I have to find the energy signature again.
에너지가 과부하되지 않게 조심해. 이제 여분의 주사도 없으니까.
Remember to not let your energy overload your heart. I don't have any more stabilizing injections. Speaking of which, where did you get the one you gave me?
우리 헌터 아가씨는 이보를 절제할 줄 모르니까 미리 준비해둔 비밀 장비야.
Since a certain Miss Hunter might overuse her evil, I prepared in advance. When you restrained me earlier,
네가 힘이 너무 세서.
because you were too strong. Ah, they're so cute. She places her hand on the wall. Energy surges through her veins as her sensing ability is magnified. The location becomes clearer. She's certain the energy core is being held on the top floor. Follow me. I found it. Follow me. The last Altairium is knocked down to the area below. Only she and Zane are on the top floor. Oh, whoops, I did that. At the end of the cold white corridor stands a single door. It's as if their only option is to move forward. This is it. Jay and she exchange a quick glance before swiping Carter's ID card against the scanner.
이 박사님, 에너지 중추 제어실에 오신 걸 환영합니다.
The one who wants you to embrace their power, the dragon? Oh yes, that was Silas. That was Silas. He was the one in the first part of the story, but now we've moved on to Zane. Or the first part of this part of the story, I guess. Yeah, we're on like a chapter. Once the door to the control room closes, a layer of ice covers it. Thick cables run across the area, and they all converge on the central energy pillar that emits a luminescent blue light. It's being powered by a protocore. In all of its glory, this is Ever's crown jewel in the industry of protocore technology. If the energy pillar is destroyed, all ongoing experiments will immediately cease. In other words, Karen, who is currently undergoing an examination, will remain trapped in her cocoon. It could potentially cause irreversible damage to her body. Oh, I guess this must be the decision.
하연 씨가 지금 와서 후회할까봐 걱정돼.
Are you worried that Hayeon might regret her decision? Maybe. No. But I can't betray her trust in me. Or rather, I believe in her choice. Yeah, we gotta go through with the plan. She remembers the first time she held Karen's hand. It was thin, delicate, yet surprisingly strong. Zane raises his hand and hurls a shard of ice toward the luminescent energy pillar at the center.
이선, 진정해.
Zane, calm down. Carter's voice rings out from the overhead speakers as the surrounding glass walls instantly become transparent. You can see Carter has arrived. Catching his breath, he's standing in the reception hall they were in earlier.
이선 손 떼. 에너지 중추 망가뜨리지 말고 어서 나오라고. 그때
Zane,
우리가
get your hands
얼마나
off.
많은 시간과 노력을 들였는지
Leave
기억 안
now.
나?
You remember how much time and effort we put into this? Without a hint of emotion in his eyes, Zane gives Carter a slight nod. Amidst the chaos, Benedict calmly stands behind the crowd. He smiles as he raises his hand to his ear.
내 예상보다 가면을 빨리 벗었군요.
You dropped your mask sooner than I expected.
의사로서의 책임감 때문인가?
Is it your sense of
아니면
duty as a doctor?
죄책감에서 비롯된 충동?
Or your guilt?
인류의 운명이 나아갈 방향을 쥐고 있다고 해서 인간의 생사를 좌우할 수 있다고 믿는 건 오만입니다.
Believing that you can guide humanity's fate so you can control life and death is the epitome of arrogance.
자신에게 생명의 경계를 넘나드는 실험은 중단시켜야 한다는 책임이 있다고 생각하는 건 오만 아닙니까?
Isn't thinking that you have the right to stop any experiment that crosses the boundaries of life just as arrogant?
이건 시대의 흐름이에요.
What the
수백
people of
년.
our era want.
아니, 불과 수십 년만 지나도 역사에 남을 일이 될 겁니다.
In a few centuries or even decades, history will remember this moment.
당신은 그런 말할 자격 없어요.
You don't have the right to speak about such things.
그럼 미래가 어떤 방향으로 갈지 같이 지켜보죠.
Then why don't we watch together and see how the future unfolds?
오늘 당신이 도가연 씨의 실험을 중단시키고 발표회를 막는다 해도 시대의 흐름은 변하진 않을 겁니다.
Even if you stop Miss Karen's experiment and prevent the press conference today, you won't be able to stop the tide of progress. It's more or less the same rhetoric. Did everyone ever attend the same corporate seminar or something? I love her.
참, 이 교수님한테 궁금한 게 하나 더 있어요.
I have one more question for you. The static in the comms channel suddenly falls silent and cuts off Carter's angry shouts. All she can hear is Benedict's steady voice tinged with amusement alongside his breath.
세상을 뒤흔들 수도, 어쩌면 세상을 바꿀 수도 있었던 결과물을 왜 없앤 겁니까?
Back then, why did you decide to destroy something that could have changed the world? He asked the exact same question that she did. A sense of unease stirs as she glances at Zane, who's maintained.
통제가 불가능했으니까요.
Because it was
통제를
impossible to
벗어난
control
모든
it.
행위는 예측할 수 없는 결과를 초래하는 법이죠.
Any action beyond our control would lead to an unpredictable consequence. Maybe it's because he used his eval too many times in quick succession. Delicate ice crystals are steadily creeping up Zane's forearm.
통제 불능이라. 그렇군요.
Uncontrollable ice.
당신은 철저히 이성적인 판단으로 통제 불능한 모든 가능성을 말살한 거예요. 당신 자신을 포함해서 이 세상의 모든 것까지.
Your rationality isn't absolute, the very thing that drives you to eliminate any possibility of losing control. It affects the smallest things about yourself to the greatest matters of this world.
그래서 그때 장항산에서도 그렇게 우지원을 죽인 거죠?
That's why you killed Uzuan at Mount Eternal back then, right?
이 교수님은 사실 매정한 사람이잖아요. 스승과도 같은 함께 싸웠던 동료인 선배를 그렇게 무자비하게.
You really are cruel. You struck down your mentor and friend who fought beside you.
나라면 한 번쯤은 망설였을 텐데요.
Even I would have hesitated.
대체 무슨 말을 하고 싶은 겁니까?
What is it that you want to say? A long time passes before Zane's voice breaks the silence. Although his tone remains calm, his ragged breathing gives him away.
당신이 단순히 잘못을 바로잡기 위해 여기까지 온 건 아닐 테고.
You're here to
진실을
atone
알고
for that
싶은 거겠죠.
mistake, aren't you? But you also wish to uncover what you think is the truth.
예를 들면
For example,
변이자들이 왜 당신이 장항산에서 잃은 동료들과 닮았는지.
why do these people or Alterum look so much like everyone who died at Mount Eternal? In the tense undercurrents of this moment, a harsh truth slowly surfaces.
내가 답을 알려주죠.
I'll tell you.
장항산에서 죽어간 그 사람들이 바로 이 실험의 첫 번째 불량품이었거든요.
The people at Mount Eternal were this experiment's first batch of failed specimens.
당신의 동료들, 당신이 존경하던 선배, 당신 죄책감과 고통까지 전부 내 작품이에요.
Your companions, William, your guilt and suffering. I'm the one who created it. His tone is almost nonchalant, yet every sentence is like a knife straight to the heart. MC's gonna shoot at him again.
기운될 만한 성과를 발견하고도 순간의 망설임 때문에 포기를 선택했잖아요.
Discovery that could have shaken the world to its core, abandoned because of a moment of cowardice.
당신이 그 사람들의 죽음을 실패한 변이자와 다를 바 없이 하찮게 만든 겁니다.
You made their death as meaningless as those of the failed Alterum. Oh dear. A wave of frost surges through the room. A bone-chilling cold creeps up from the floor. The windows, walls, and floors are sealed under thick layers of ice. They form intricate crystal patterns. Zane. With each breath, the veins on his neck throb as black crystals spread rapidly across his skin. It's like they're trying to devour every last bit of his life force. This isn't the Zane she knows. This is the merciless Grim Reaper who emerged from the depths of hell itself. Dawnbreaker's back. Oh. Curse of memory. The door that had been sealed with ice burst open. Having completed their transformations into wanderers, the Alterum tried to overwhelm them like a tidal wave. As soon as they get close, sharp icicles pierce their chests. The shards of ice then explode outward like a violent storm. More Alterum advance. They crush the fallen ice crystals beneath their feet as they crawl over corpses to reach them. All of the Alterum open and close their mouths in unison. They stutter and produce these unsettling sounds. No matter how hard he tries, Zane can't make out what they're saying or see their faces clearly. The nightmare wraps around his body like a phantom. It coils behind him and whispers fate's cursing. Oh no, they're all calling out to him as a doctor. Oh. Okay, whose voice was that? That voice said something different. I don't know who that voice is, but they sound important. Maybe it's Astra though. Sorry. That voice said, "You are destined to kill her in every life." Oh no. We don't have the voice for that. Have his sounds. Darn. Maybe that's Astra giving him a prophecy. Yeah, he's destined to kill her in every life. Oh no, that's not good. He clutches his chest and feels as if the icy wind stabbed it. He stares at the corner of the tent fluttering in the snowy gale with a distant, otherworldly gaze. William, who had just finished the surgery, pauses in surprise. Then he smiles and holds out his hand.
악몽 꿨어?
Did you have a nightmare?
잠이 안 오면 나가서 좀 걸을까?
If you can't sleep, then should we go out for a walk? Everything that just happened, it seems to have been a dream. He stares at his fingers, the blood, the girl's shocked expression, all just a dream. It was just a dream.
오늘 그 환자는 결국 살리지 못했네.
You couldn't save that patient today.
그래도 자책하지 마.
But even so, don't blame yourself.
예전에 연구할 땐 실패해도 다시 시도할 기회가 있었지만
Back when I was doing research, failure meant you could always try
단
again.
한 번뿐인 생명을 다루는 거야.
But these lives only have one chance.
사실 처음 군의관으로 임무에 나갔을 때 나도 너랑 같은 기분이었어.
I had these exact same feelings during my first mission as military doctor. The polar night hasn't disappeared. The dark blue sky appears to be almost within reach. This desolate land, covered in a blanket of snow, is always magnificent.
우리가 마주해야 하는 건 생명의 소멸과 죽음. 그 자체가 아니란 걸 나도 한참 뒤에야 알았어.
It also took me a while to realize that what we have to face isn't just the loss of life and death itself.
환자들이 죽기 직전에 널 보는 눈빛은 전부 똑같아.
The way they look at you in their final moment. They're all the same.
그들의 생명이 다하는 순간 넌 공포와 애원이 담긴 눈빛을
Time and time again, you'll have to see
수없이
their
마주하게
fear
될 거야.
and desperation when they're about to die. William is deep in thought. Then, as if remembering something, he turns to Zane and smiles.
참, 서원아, 네가 날 죽이던 그때 살려달라는 내 마지막 애원을
By the way,
들었어?
when I died, when you killed me, did you hear my final plea? Oh my god. Oh, I feel like that was taken straight from his anecdote. Oh, that was painful. Having it, like, actually voiced. He stares blankly at William's distorted face, and in the very next second, the ice shards have already pierced his chest. Once again, he sinks into the dark abyss. There are more of them. They're actually using the Alterum as weapons? She rolls and finds an opening in the wall the Alteran is protecting Benedict. She aims her gun at him. But before she can pull the trigger, brilliant ice flies towards Benedict. Benedict smiles. He crushes the ice shard embedded in his chest.
방금 전에 이 교수님이랑은 완전 딴판이네.
You're incredibly different from the man I was, or from the Zane I was talking to earlier.
사람을 살리는 것도 죽이는 것도 이제 능숙해졌나 봐요.
I must say, you're skilled at saving and taking lives, Dr. Lee. With a slight gesture of his hand, the Alteran freeze in place like marionettes. They withdraw like receding water, as if they received a silent command.
그래도 이 진솔한 회담이 끝난 뒤에는 이 교수님이 올바른 길을 찾기를 바랍니다.
But even so, I hope that you'll find your true passion after our discussion. Soon enough, only the two of them remain in the vast, cold control room. Ignoring everything else, she rushes past the dissipating ice crystals to Zane and cradles her face in his face in her hands. I switched up the pronouns. Zane, look at me. Listen to me. No matter who Benedict is, I'll always keep a bullet just for him, starting today. Our MC! What are these lines? Zane's... I thought she was gonna comfort him, so I read the line completely wrong, and then I realized what I said. Oh wow. Zane's labored breathing shows how intense the pain is. The black ice crystals emerge from his neck and continue to spread out. His ice-cold fingers are slowly slipping away from her palm. You need to wake up from this nightmare right now. Those hands that saved countless lives should never be stained with the pain and guilt that don't belong to them, especially not because of scum like Benedict. Zane, you have to... These few seconds feel like centuries, and then he finally raises his head to look at her. That scene's in the He slowly tenses, and she sees herself reflected in his icy gaze. Zane? Holy shit! Pain answers her instead. Her consciousness shatters as she drifts into the warm embrace of unconsciousness. Oh no! It's like Zane's worst nightmare is hurting her. Oh no. Before everything fades, distant memories regroup and flood her mind. Oh, what memories? Is it the memories of all their various lives or something else? The ground is littered with the remains of wanderers. They're slowly dissipating. Meanwhile, searing pain burns her chest. Struggling to push herself up, she sees her blood-stained hands are small and thin. Oh! It's a memory of... Okay. So maybe in the next few chapters as well, when they start covering the other boys, they're gonna show us her history with each of them. Because we got a little bit of that with Silas, and now we're getting that with Zane, I assume. This happened when I was little? She looks up. There's a young man with a familiar face, but his expression is frighteningly cold and foreign. While she's dazed, his face merges with Zane's present-day appearance. They, from her memories and reality, approach her step by step. Your existence is a mistake. You must be eliminated. It's as if black frost has covered his eyes. Having materialized in his raised hand, sharp ice crystals hurl themselves at her. Wait. Could that have been when she was younger? Or is it a different... I think it's Dawnbreaker's memory. Does she not exist in Dawnbreaker's world because he already killed her? Oh no, that's fucked up. Game! Why are you making everything so sad? The next day, the pristine sanatorium stands tall, immaculate, and serene. It's been restored to the point where yesterday's attack might not have never happened at all. Wherever and whenever you need us, we will provide you with healthcare services of the highest quality. In the courtyard, a gentle breeze caresses the grass kissed by early morning light. A cocoon hangs on a delicate swaying flower stem. The faint sounds of struggling can be heard from within. Light reveals the outline of the tightly folded wings beneath the walls. Moist and tender, it breaks free from its cocoon. And in the refreshing air of rebirth, those wings slowly take to the sky. What happened with these guys, though? Oh my god. What happened? I'm so lost. Land of no return. Okay. Oh, I'm scared now. Her heart constricts as sharp pain courses through every fiber of her being. Her consciousness sinks into a blurry darkness. Footsteps that are close by sound distant, as if they're muffled under a glacier. Zane, is that you? He stops in his tracks as if he heard her. He doesn't take the candy or freeze the melting popsicle that she offers him.
가까이 오지 마.
Stay away from me.
미안해.
Guys, this is too sad. I don't want to continue. A box sits on the doorstep. Wisps of cold air drips inside. Inside the box lie 3 misshapen snowballs, remnants from when Zane was still learning how to use his evol as a kid. Those are the seals he tried to give her. Aww. Really? Zane knows I got hit with ice when watching the seals, and now he made snowballs to tease me. No, he made little seals for you. He's just not good at art. Catwork calls. Okay, bye-bye, Roderick. Have a good rest of your day. I heard footsteps. Did he already leave? She doesn't see anyone nearby. As she holds the box closed, an inexplicable sense of loss washes over. Oh, I think he's gone. She wants to say his name, but something catches in her throat. It silences her. Zane. She manages to finally call out his name, but when she opens her eyes, she finds herself staring at a dimly lit ceiling. As her foggy consciousness slowly clears, she realizes she's lying down in a room at Akla Hospital. Dude, I swear to God, if Zane runs away again because he hurt her again, this is too sad.
오늘 진행 예정이던 에버그룹 발표회가 실험 대상자인 도가연 씨의 건강상의 문제로 취소되었습니다.
Due to Miss Karen's poor health, Ever's press conference for today has been cancelled.
발요양원 프로젝트의 책임자 장원 씨는 발표회보다 환자의 건강 상태를 우선시해야 한다고 전했습니다.
Mr. Benedict, the director of the Val Sanatorium, stated that the patient's well-being takes precedence over the event. A hand waves before her. Its owner's lips move as they say something. She can't make it out.
제 손가락이 몇 개인지 보여요?
How many fingers am I holding up? Or how many fingers do you see? Looking down, she sees her wounds have been bandaged and the pain has mostly subsided. She sits up and takes Yvonne's hand. Where's Zane?
괜찮으세요?
Are you alright?
다행이네요.
Thank goodness.
이 교수님이 당신을 데려왔을 때 심장 에너지 과부하에 경상도 입은 상태였어요.
Oh, when Dr. Zane brought you in, you had some cardiac energy overload.
이 교수님한테 무슨 일이냐고 물어봐도 아무 말씀 안 하시더라고요.
Even when we asked him what happened, he wouldn't say anything.
계속 여기서 기다리다가 바이탈이 안정된 걸 보고 가셨어요.
He stayed here until your vital signs stabilized, watching over you. As she speaks, Yvonne leans in. Her expression becomes more serious.
곽 선생님께 들었는데 이 교수님이 사직서를 내러 원장실에 가셨대요.
I heard from Grayson. Dr. Lee went to the director's office to submit his resignation letter. No, guys, I don't like this. What is happening? No. I'm quitting the game. Oh, fuck. What are we gonna do when his birthday comes around in September? Oh. I took off my headphones for a moment. Oh, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? What?
원장실이 얼마나 난리 났는지. 원장님
There was a commotion in the
처음
office.
봤다니까요.
I've never seen the director that angry before.
이 교수님 사직서는 끝까지 받아주지 않으셨어요. 대신 장기 휴가를 주면서 다시 생각해보라고만 하셨고 다른 말은 안 듣겠다고 하셨대요.
He rejected it and gave Dr. Zane an extended leave. He told him to go home and think things through. And he wouldn't hear anything else about it.
이 교수님도 아무 망설임 없이 바로 돌아서서 가셨더라고요. 병원을 떠나기 전에 당신을 잘 살펴달라고 저희한테 부탁하셨고요.
Dr. Zane didn't hesitate, but before he left the hospital, he asked us to take good care of you. She tries to force herself to smile, but she can't. Only one thought is in her mind. Find him.
잠깐만요. 지금 움직이면 안 되는데.
Oh, wait,
아이고,
you can't move right now. Please be careful. Oh my god. Yeah, no, we're not leaving him this time. Dude.
죄송하지만 저희는 본 적 없어요.
I'm sorry, but we haven't seen him.
죄송합니다만 말씀하신 그런 손님은 본 적이 없습니다.
I'm sorry, but we haven't seen anyone who matches your description.
이 교수님 말씀하시는 건가요?
Dr. Lee?
며칠 전에 멀리 떠난다고
A
하셨는데.
few days ago, he said be traveling over.
아, 당신이 시군요.
Ah, you must be
이건 저희 가게에서 오늘 나온 신메뉴인데 바로 포장해 드릴까요?
our new menu item. Would you like it to go?
잠시만요.
Wait,
이 교수님이 이미 계산하셨어요.
Dr. Lee's already paid for it. Zane's home, his favorite dessert place, the cafe near Oxo Hospital. She visited every place she could think of, but there's no trace of him anywhere. Late into the night, she enters the passcode to his house again. She's clinging onto one final hope. Oh, maybe he hid himself in the library, in the fractal library. Oh, God. They'd better not end this chapter on this. The room is shrouded in darkness. Snowflakes drift into the gaps of the floor-to-ceiling windows.
지금은 전화를 받을 수 없습니다. 잠시 후 다시 걸어주세요.
The number you have dialed is currently unavailable. Please try again later. Memories that are no longer dormant slowly flood her mind again. She's seen those black ice crystals and that pained look on his face before. In her childhood memories, Zane moved away while carrying a heavy, unspoken guilt. This bad habit of disappearing has existed even back then. She hears a faint whimper in the cold. She raises her head and rubs her singing eyes to see Shichi. You. As if he understands her, Shichi leaps into the sofa and gently places his paw on her knee. I feel like I've tried everything. Still can't find him. He holds Shichi close, her trembling breath barely above a whisper. She didn't realize it cracked until now. Please, can you help me one more time? Take me to him. Time passes, then Shichi obediently jumps down, sniffs the blanket on the sofa that carries Zane's scent, and runs toward the half-open door. In the darkest hours of the night, it's snowing again. Large snowflakes dance around the glowing streetlight. They settle on rooftops, passing cars, and the shoulders of pedestrians. After running for a long time, she stops in front of a pitch-black fence. He circles it a few times before signaling her to follow him. Where am I? The streetlight illuminates the faded writing on a. This is a public cemetery in Lincoln City. It's also the final resting place for those who have no place to call home. Shichi quickly vanishes into the darkness. She feels herself before running after him. Oh my god! Oh, thank goodness she found him. Oh, I was so stressed. Oh. As soon as she sees that familiar figure, her heart leaps violently in her chest. Zane. He stands in the snowy night, his coat billowing between black tombstones. He's like a ghost who has nowhere to go. She understands why he left the moment she sees the names on the tombstones. He chose to imprison himself in this nightmare. He wants to atone, to seek redemption for the monsters he killed. She hurries to his side, but when she tries to call out his name, it gets stuck in her throat.
네가 왜 여기 있어?
Why are you here? Questions overwhelm her mind, but she doesn't know what to ask for. You chose to disappear without a word. You didn't even give me an explanation.
나 때문에 죽은 사람들이 여기 누워 있어.
The people who died by my hand lay here now.
그래도 그들이 죽지 말아야 했다고 생각하진 않아.
Even so, I don't believe that their deaths were unjustified.
내가 자책하는 것 같아?
You think I'm here
내가
because
여기
of
있는 건
guilt?
후회 때문도 아니고 네가 생각하는 속죄 때문은 더더욱 아니야.
I'm not here because of guilt, nor atonement. When you almost raised your hand against me, based on your judgment, did that mean I was also someone who needed to be killed? He doesn't evade the question. He nods without any hesitation. So this is why you submitted your resignation letter to Oxo Hospital. You haven't even healed my heart yet, and you're gonna leave just like that? You told me not to change doctors on a whim, but can doctors abandon their patients whenever they want? A complex feeling crawls up from her throat to her tongue as emotions bubble up like boiling water.
12살 때 아케소에 갔다가 널 처음 봤어.
When I first came to Oxo Hospital when I was 12, that was when I first met you.
방 원장님이 너희 할머니 친구셔서 나한테 널 잘 돌봐달라고 당부하셨지.
Dr. Noah was a close friend of your grandmother, and I was told to look after you.
넌 그때 날 무서워했어.
You were scared of me back
내가
then,
녹아내리던 네 얼음 과자를 얼려주기 전까진.
until I used my power to keep your popsicle from melting.
재앙이 점차 진정될 때쯤 부모님은 내게 다른 곳으로 이사 가겠냐고 물으셨어.
When things finally settled down after the Corona Rift catastrophe, my parents asked if I wanted to move somewhere else.
난 널 못 보게 될까봐 한참을 망설였지.
I hesitated for a long time because I was worried about not seeing you anymore.
그런데 그 일이 터졌고
Then that incident
내가
happened.
진짜 널 다치게 한 거야.
I actually hurt you.
넌 피를 많이 흘렸고 정신을 잃은 채 쓰러져 있었어.
You were bleeding a lot, and you lost consciousness.
내가 정신을 차렸을 땐
When I came to
나조차
my
자신이
senses,
왜 그랬는지 알 수
I
없었어.
couldn't understand why I did it. He closes his eyes for a moment. He opens them. His expression is as serene as calm after a storm. It's like he finally woke up from a year-long dream or nightmare, only to discover that the nightmare has become reality.
그때 처음으로 내 능력이 폭주할 수도 있다는 걸 깨달았어. 그리고 폭주는 돌이킬 수 없는 결과를 의미한 것도.
That was when I realized I could lose control of my power. Not being in control can lead to irreversible consequences. He is always struggling to stay under control.
그래서 말없이 떠나기로 한 거야.
And that's why I chose to laugh without saying anything. The truth pierces her heart like needles. Words are stuck in her throat.
심장 외과를 선택한 것도 어쩌면 네 심장을 치료해주고 싶어서 그랬을지도 몰라.
Perhaps I chose to become a cardiac surgeon because I wanted to heal your heart.
그 당시 도망이라는 잘못된 선택을 했던 걸 만회하고 싶어서였을까?
Maybe because I wanted
나도
to
잘 모르겠어.
make amends for what I did back then. I don't know. He keeps his gaze lowered and his voice is as soft.
근데 내 연구 방향을 정할 땐 크게 고민하지 않았어.
But I didn't hesitate when I chose medicine.
처음 히포크라테스 선서를 읽을 땐 나도 훌륭한 의사가 될 수 있을 거라 생각했어.
When I first recited the Hippocratic Oath, I believed I would become a good doctor.
많은 사람을 구하고 나 때문에 다친 그 사람도 도울 수 있을 줄 알았지.
I thought I would save many people, including the one I'd hurt before. It doesn't seem like he noticed her obvious shock. Zane just gazes calmly at the weathered gravestone.
그날 밤 장항산에서 내 손으로 지원 선배를 죽이기 전까지.
At least until that night on Mount Eternal when I killed William. You didn't have a better choice at the time. Once again, he lowers his emotionally detached gaze.
난 정말 살인자가 사람을 살리는 의사가 될 수 있다고 생각해.
You think a killer can really become a doctor who saves lives?
언젠가 똑같은 일이 다시 벌어진다면 넌 오늘 나를 붙잡은 걸 후회하게 될지도 몰라.
If something like this happens again, you might regret that you tried to keep me close. You saying your nightmares are destined to become reality? Will I turn into a monster that needs to be killed one day? You didn't expect him to answer, yet he shakes his head.
나도 몰라.
I don't know. So are you avoiding me now because of logical reasoning? What about your feelings? If we're going by pure logic, then now is the time. Do it, Zane. Are you afraid? Or is this something you don't want to do? Looking at his calm, aloof expression, she finds herself beyond the point of rationality. Whatever you do today, I won't have any regret.
난 후회할 거야.
But I would. Oh my god! Don't say it in that voice. Okay, sorry. Because literally a scene in Master on Saturdays, alright? Where Hanjuan says, you have to leave now. I don't want to do anything that we'll both regret. And then Isodan says, you can regret it all you want, but I won't. That just made me think of this. Anyway, okay. Snowflakes land on her eyelashes. They turn his figure into prismatic fragments that are like ripples in the darkness.
난 확신해. 언젠가 내가 또다시 널 해치게 되면
What I'm certain of is that if I were to truly hurt you one day,
그건 내 인생에서 가장 후회스러운 일이 될 거야.
that would be the greatest regret of my life. The snowflakes fall as if they're floating through the cosmos. They land on them and the gravestone. They stand in silence. Neither of them exchanges a single word. After that day, rumors related to the Altarum and Dawnbreaker faded away like melting snow. These pure white specks were but fleeting visitors. The city awakens in daylight, and once again, it's immersed in its bizarre flood of information. Latium Core's energy remains concentrated in her chest. It's like a seed that's merged with her flesh. It faintly echoes with her heartbeat. She knows these ether cores connect her past to her future. They're linked to the secrets hidden in deep space. Yet she wonders what fate awaits the Altarum. Thane. Ever won't give up on the fountain of Ate they've carefully cultivated. They'll continue to weave their dreams of immortality. But they were right about one thing. The cycle of life and death is an inescapable truth. The constraints of matter break down, and the shackles of time and space gradually dissolve. Countless civilizations rise and fall among the stars. Because of the laws that guide entropy and dissipation, Earth's magnificent radiance will eventually fade. Humanity's long, undisturbed period of exile also comes. She wouldn't understand that until much, much later. The Creator had planted foreshadowings in an era predating life itself. Is the Creator Astra? Sorry, I'm just looking for Astra and everything. Please don't tell me that was the end. That was probably the end. It was the end! Guys. Oh my god. Fuck the writers. How could they do this to us? Oh, I don't... Oh, no. Because I have to work on the next, like, video for the Baldoni shit later. Okay. We're replaying this part because I wanted to be able to hear Zane's voice more clearly. But I'm really distraught from the ending of this chapter.
왜 날 묶는 거야?
금방 끝날 거야.
나한테 뭘 주사한 거야?
억제제야. 심장 에너지가 네가 감당할 수 있는 범위를 초과했어. 이게 도움이 될 거야. 정신이 좀 들어?
He's got such nice hands.
오빠.
약효가 오래가지 않을 거야. 빨리 떠나야 해.
파동이야. 이상 에너지야.
피해! 쏴!
Oh, I should have checked to see what happens if you don't. I always forget to try other options. Dang. Okay, never mind. The way he walked out, I was able to recover.
이 교수님, 헌터의 권총으로는 사람을 죽일 수 없지만 유언을 참...
He's so cool. Pun maybe intended. Time to jump.
겨우 이것밖에 안 된다면 우리를 약박던 심장을 조심해. 이번에 30%만 써도 충분해.
I feel like the music is still loud.
당신 같은 사람한테 일반적인 수법으로 안 되겠네요.
Ah, okay, but he said is a normal treatment won't do. Yeah, that's it. I can't believe that they would end things like that for us in that way. Look, even he's crying. Look, he's got the teardrop. Hang on. Okay. Oh, there. I forgot.
보니까 급한 일이 있나 봐.
Yes, the emergency was the story. Look, even he is crying. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.